महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः गोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ईवाहमस्मि ओंकार्थविभासकाय गुरवे यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने ब्रह्माहं यत्प्रसादेन सर्वतन्त्रस्वतन्त्राय कृतात्माद्वैतवेदिने श्रीमते शङ्करार्याय वेदान्त गुरवे नमः। योऽवतीर्ण इहाचार्य रूपेण यतीनामुदे श्रीमन्नारायण वन्दे तं हरिं करुणानिधिम् मननाख्यं प्रकरणं वासुदेव यतीश्वरै रचितं विस्तरेणाद्य संग्रहेण प्रकाश्यते बालानामुपकाराय मम विज्ञानसिद्धये तत्र श्रीबालगोपाल कृष्णः सन्निहितो भवेत्। So the Purva Pakshi has brought about another suggestion wherein he says that something can be swabhavikam and yet it can be eradicated. It's possible to eradicate it. So now, even even considering that dukkham is swabhavikam, is natural, springing out of the nature of the very self. It comes from where? From the self, nature of the self. So it is not something that comes from outside. And therefore it is swabhavikam. As long as Atma is going to be there, dukkham is going to be projected out. Why? Because it is swabhavikam. So for its existence, the swabhava of that object itself is responsible. That's why it is swabhavikam. Now, he says that something can be swabhavikam, yet it can be eliminated, eradicated, mitigated. It's possible. To which the Siddhanti said that what is swabhavikam is swarupam only. That what is swabhavikam is swarupam only. And therefore, in destruction, in removal, in eradication of that what is swabhavikam, that what is natural, now what will happen? The very nature, swarupa, the very being, the very existence of that object will be denied. So now he says that the Purvapakshi says, what has allowed you to equate Swabhava to Swarupa? I hope you people remember what we were doing. What has allowed you to equate Swabhava to Swarupa? Swabhava is nature. Swarupa is the very being. Okay, but loosely you can say nature, whether it is Swabhava also is nature, Swarupa is also nature, loosely. So loosely speaking is okay, but we want confirmation. So let us keep these, since there are these two words, Swabhava and Swarupa. How are you going to translate it to English? So let us, we assume that Swabhava means nature, whereas Swarupa means the very being of any object. And therefore, the nature and being are equivalent, synonymous. How are you able to say this? Is the objection from the Purva Paksha. ठीक है ना? So far, everybody is there with me? Good. Then what happens? The Siddhanti provides an example, Drishtanta. And you know about Drishtanta, anything can become a Drishtanta only if it is acceptable to both the parties. It should be Ubhaya Paksha Sammatam. Okay? You say we are giving you an example and the other fellow never even understands. How are you going to make his buddhi, arudha, climb that what you want to show? Therefore, how should the Drishtanta be? Drishtanta should be Ubhaya Paksha Sammatam. Another, so Nayayikas call this as a dosha if there is the Drishtanta itself is faulty. Now the entire argument, which is based on the inference, also becomes faulty. Therefore, the Drishtanta has to be perfect in that area where you want to use it. Drishtanta cannot become the Ashtanta. Okay, it will be in a particular area, just one area, not in Sarvanga. In some Anga, it will be similar. Okay, only in one Amsha it will be similar. Sarvamsha, it will not be similar. Then what happens is he gives the example of the jaggery. Now, the nature, what is the property, the basic property of jaggery? Sweetness. Then, if sweetness of the from the cube of jaggery is taken away, whatever may be the thing that remains, now will that be called as jaggery? So now you understand that swabhavanashe, swarupanasha. Okay. So therefore, madhuru gunasya nashe bhavitavye gunasya eva nasho bhavet. Therefore, now that can be some lump is kept over there, that cube is there, but it cannot be. It is not jaggery. It can be anything, but definitely it can be just chalk powder like thing. But no longer it is gudam. Got it? Ah, Atma Swarupa Nasha eva syat. Atma. But sir, and another thing that you should remember that in Siddhanta, Atma cannot be destroyed. Now, this is the second line of argument from the Siddhanti. First of all, that nature cannot be taken away from the object. A. B is that Swarupanasha, which you are talking about, cannot take place in case of Atma. Why? Atmano nashu atmanaha nasho nasti. क्यों? Why? Avinashi nityaha iti cha अविनाशी वा अरेयमात्मा आकाशवत् सर्वगतश्च न जायते म्रियते वा विपश्चित् नायं कुतश्चित् न बभूव कश्चित् अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे इत्यादि श्रुतयो वदन्ति. Now he says, now look at that. He is giving you Shruti as the Pramanam to understand what is the real nature of Atma. And nature of Atma is Atma Avinashi, Nityaha. Avinashitvat, Nityaha. Or even the other way, Nityatvat, Avinashi. Avinashi. Got it? You can use it the other way too. Avinashi Nitya iti. Avinashi means indestructible. Why is he bringing that word Avinashi? Because the Purva Paksha was saying that some part of Atma can be destroyed. The Dukkha part of Atma can be, but that is not true. Okay? And therefore, Avinashi va areyayam Atma. So the Brihadaranyaka Shruti says clearly that this Atma is Avinashi, meaning indestructible, immutable, indestructible. Avinashi. Then Akashavat Sarvagatascha Nityaha. Now that Akashavat, like the Akash, like the space, is not an example for Nityatvam. Is an example only for Sarvagatatva. Okay? Got it? That's why I don't consider Akasha is also Nitya. No, even Akasha is not Nitya. How do you know that Akasha is also not Nitya?
Akasha has come from Mula Prakriti. It is there in the first chapter.
Somebody is still talking.
पंचीकरण से उसकी उत्पत्ति हुई ना, पहले
पंचीकरण से आकाश की उत्पत्ति हुई. पंचीकरण आकाश के कारण हो नहीं रहा क्या?
तो वो कैसे नित्य रहेगा?
आत्मनात् सम्बूधः आकाशः. आत्मा से आकाश आ गए ना, आत्मा से.
करेक्ट. तस्माद् वा एतस्मादात्मनः आकाशः सम्भूतः. आकाशाद् वायुः, वायोरग्निः, अग्नेरापः, अद्भ्यः पृथिवी, पृथिव्यामोषधयः. So on and so forth. Now, what do you understand from this Shruti? That even Akash is born from Paramatma. So therefore, Akasha is not Nitya. And therefore, this Shruti, Akashavat Sarvagatashcha Nityaha, in this Amsha, what is the Shruti wanting to say? That Akasha is Nitya or Akasha is Sarvagata, and like that, Atma is Sarvagata. Out of these two parts, what is that that Shruti wants to show you?
Akasha is Sarvagat. Same way Atma.
So that example of Akasha, what means like? What means like? So that example of Akasha is provided to understand what?
Sarvavyapatvam of
Sarvagatatvam of Atma. That's all. Nityatvam of Atma is not proven by this example of Akasha. Nityatvam of Atma is proven by the Shruti as the Pramanam over here. Akashavat sarvagatascha nityaha na jayate mriyate va vipaschit. Yahan pe vipaschit means Atma only. Na jayate mriyate va vipaschit nayam kutaschit na babhuva kaschit. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. So this Atma is Aja, Nityaha, Shashvataha, Puranaha, Nahanyate, and then Ityadaya, Ityadi Shrutayo Vadanti. So this Karthika Shruti is there, which allows you to understand nature of Atma is Nitya, indestructible, and always the same. Okay, everything else is subject to destruction. Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Okay. So now what have you understood? That dukkha is something which can be mitigated. And since dukkha can be mitigated, it is not swabhavik. But if you insist that dukkham is swabhavikam, that swabhavikam will mean that it is swarupam. If you mean it is swarupam, that means you will have to conclude that that is the destruction of Atma. But sir, the pramanas are over here which do not allow you to understand Atma as destructible. And therefore, now this last line, Tasmad Atmano Dukkham Swabhavikam Nabhavati. Underline it. Tasmad Atmano Dukkham Swabhavikam Nabhavati. Yes, sir. It is not swabhavikam. It is dukkham is not something that springs out of the nature of the self. Then from where is this dukkham coming? This is from wherever we will think about it, but it is agantukam. Okay, how is it?
Agantukam.
Agantukam means that comes and goes. So it is not something that is
Permanent.
swarupam or nature. Okay, agantukam eva iti janihi. Thus you have to know that. Now, once when you are clear about this, how is this dukkham? Now you are not to say that aham dukkhi, which means where are you seeing the dukkham? In the self. There is no dukkham in the self, and yet you are seeing dukkham in the self is purely out of indiscrimination. Avivekadev. So aham dukhi, that we keep on, advertising about our dukkham to people to gather sympathy and whatever it may be. Aham dukhi, you convince yourself and also are convincing others that aham dukhi. Means what? What is the nature of aham? Dukkha. But can dukkham be the nature of aham? Is the question. When dukkham cannot be the nature of aham, how is it possible to say aham dukhi? So now this dukkham which is there is nothing else but only a superimposition on the self. Got it, all of you?
जी हाँ स्वामी जी. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Very swabhavikam, natu swabhavikam, kintu agantukam eva iti jani. Know this. Nanu swabhavikam nashyat. कहाँ गया? ननु स्वाभाविकं नश्यतु स्वरूपं तिष्ठतु इति चेत्. So this person, the Purva Paksha, was told that what is swabhavikam is swarupam only. But there seems to be some reluctance because there has to be some school of thought somewhere where they are not ready to accept swabhava as swarup. There will be something. Okay. From somewhere, some Nayayika, Vaisheshika, some other Madhva or somebody must have said so. I'm not sure who says this. Nanu swabhavikam nashyatu swarupam tishtatu iti chet tanna sambhavati. That is not possible. That what is natural, let that go away. But the very being can stay. Okay? Like that. Tanna sambhavati. But he gives you an example that it is possible. And that's why we can see that what is swabhavikam can be mitigated, swarupam remains. Okay? So what example is he providing? Nanu agnehe swabhavikam ushnatvam. The ushnatvam of Agni is swabhavikam. Nobody makes Agni hot. Okay? Nothing makes Agni. Agni means fire. Nothing makes the fire hot. Fire is hot by its own nature, by its own existence. Fire is by its own being. Fire is hot only. Then what happened? Though this is true, yet Manimantradibihi gachati. Now, he's giving you an example of the olden days where people were actually Nishnat in that mantra shastra. Okay? In the mantra shastra. So somebody could have mantra shastra. And if that person had that mantra was made siddha, accomplished, that person could chant the mantra and sit in the fire, and yet the fire will not burn him. So you see, the fire remains, but the property of fire to burn is mitigated. You see, what has happened to the property of fire? The property of fire is to burn, but it does not burn. Fire is there, but fire does not burn. Oh, so Swarupa remains, the fire exists, but its nature to burn is not there. Got it? Mani mantra Devi. This was possible. Swamiji, do you have that mantra? Please give us. What? You are going to teach the entire fire brigade that mantra? I don't have any rituals. But I'll tell you that recently some person from Gujarat, they were showing there is a big kadhai of boiling oil. And he is making pakoras. And he's making pakoras and turning them, he puts his hand inside and all that. That is how. And then takes it out and customers are coming, he gives them and like that. And the hand is perfect. No, nothing. Not that the hand is all, the skin is peeled or anything. No. Doing properly and giving. Some punya must be there in it. Or some life we must have done that mantra sadhana, which is fructified now. Some results come late, some are late comers, late bloomers, like that. Like that. So, nanu agnehe swabhavikam ushnatvam manimantradibihi gacchati swarupa nashopi nasti. And that what is swabhavikam is apagatam, is gone. And the Swarupa fire remains as fire, not that fire turns into water because of that mantra. Okay? Fire remains as fire only. So the existence, that Swarupam of that object fire remains over there. Swarupa nashopi nasti. Anya chaityam apagachati. Tatha atmanopi. And then the person who is, apyagachati. Not apagachati. Apyagachati. Then that person who is chanting that mantra and entering into the fire, not only that he feels the heat, but he feels coolness. Then that is the power of that mantra. Swamiji, give us. Oh no. Why you want to do some circus? That's why. Tasmad atmano dukham tatha atmanopi dukham swabhavikam bhavatu. So also now you can consider through this example, just as you gave an example of jaggery, we are giving you an example of fire. So we both are now on equal ground. तथा आत्मनोपि दुःखं स्वाभाविकं भवतु तद उत्कृष्ट कर्मोपासना योग बलेन गच्छतु. Now you said that if dukkham was considered swabhavikam, what will happen? The satkarma, yoga, upasana, all will become inconsequential, redundant, useless. You remember the argument? Mirabide, you remember? Sangeeta, you remember this argument that he gave yesterday?
Hanji, Swamiji.
Now he says, we are going to show you that dukkham can be swabhavikam, dukkham can be mitigated, and how can it be mitigated? Through karma, satkarma, upasana, dhyana. Okay, yoga. And therefore, satkarma, upasana, dhyana, yoga, etc., all are useful. तथा आत्मनोपि दुःखं स्वाभाविकं तद उत्कृष्ट कर्मोपासन योग बलेन गच्छतु सुखंचा गच्छतु. And then let even that sukham also come in. Iti vadasi chet. Is that your argument? Then sa nivritti tatkalikiyeva. We are not denying that they will not work. It will. But that does not prove that. What does it not prove? That Swabhava and Swarupa are two different. Okay? That point also will not be proven. But come back to the argument. He says, Sa nivrittis tatkaliki eva. Though you may feel that it is taken away. What is taken away? Dukkham is taken away, mitigated, though it is the very nature of Atma. But this nivritti, this mitigation, this eradication is not permanent. Not atyantiki. If it is not atyantiki, then how is it? Tatkaliki eva. It is just immediate, only for that time. If that person is sitting in that fire, he feels cold and cool and nice, and he starts feeling sleepy. And mantra, fine, मेरी सती हो गई. It will be burnt. You remember this? So this is dangerous. Tatkaliki eva natyantiki kathamiti chet. How do you say, sir? How do you say so? Karmajanyam sakalamapi karmanashe nashyati. Remember, everything that is born of karma, whether it is born of satkarma or even upasana. Upasana is manas karma. And also, samadhi abhyasa is also another form of upasana, which is manas karma. Okay? So what happens there is, because it is karma, that means that karma will give fruit. It will give result, but it will not be, a permanent result. It has got its velocity, and as long as that velocity for it to deliver the fruit will be there, it will stay. When that finishes, when the karma finishes, even that the result that you are enjoying also finishes. Karma means punya or pap. That adrishta finishes, then the phalam which you are enjoying, experiencing because of that adrishtam also finishes. Okay. Karmajanyam sakalamapi karmanashe nashyati. त्वदुक्तदृष्टान्तदाष्टान्तिकयोः अज्ञात्मनोष्टत्वं दुःखित्वं च मणिमन्त्रादिभिः उत्कृष्टकर्मोपासनायोगैश्च गतमपि मन्य मन्याद्यापनयने कर्मादिक्षये च शैत्यं च सुखं च गच्छेत् पुनः स्वाभाविकं दुष्टत्वं दुःखित्वं च आगच्छेत्. Now, this dosha is applicable to both, even the example that you provided and the point that you want to prove. This dosha will be common. What the dosha will be there? That what is the principle that we have found? That anything that is karmajanyam, karmanashe nashyati. Okay? Yad yad karmavan tat nashavad. Yatra yatra karmajanyatvam tatra tatra vinashitvam. Okay. Now you have found this nyaya. You have found this nyaya, meaning the anumana. You have found this vyapti. Okay, you have found this vyapti. You remember na vyapti and all. Then what happens is that this, because of this understanding, now both your drishtanta and the ashtanta, it is applicable. And then in your drishtanta, sorry, just as because the person was chanting the mantra, the fire could not burn the person. But how long will it stay? As long as that mantra is being chanted, or the punya created by that mantra is there, so long. Okay? When the punya finishes, now that fire will havi ho jayega, will pounce on you and then burn you down. So also through karma upasana and dhyana yoga, that dukkham can be eradicated. But when that punyam created through that karma goes away, dukkha will come back to you. Come back means it was always there, but it was just withheld. It will come and pouncing on you. Evam sati sarvajivanam tatkalika muktim vida punarjanma rahita mukti na syat. And therefore, now that when you are making this statement that dukkham is swabhavikam, through that, what is its implication? To what point will this whole thing be dragged? To the point where the mukti will be only kshanikam. How will the mukti be? Momentary. Are you getting it? So even if you become free from dukkham due to satkarma, upasana and dhyana, how will it be? That freedom from dukkham will be? How? अरे भाई बोलो ना कोई.
टेम्परेरी, क्षणिक भर.
क्षणिक.
Temporary.
It will be momentary. It will be momentary. That freedom will not be absolute freedom. Punarjanma rahita mukti nasya. It cannot be punarjanma rahita mukti. And therefore, those people other than Bhagwan Bhashyakara Shankaracharya, those who are holding on to that argument that karma is the karanam for moksha. When the Shruti is very clear, Shabdataha is also clear, Arthata, na karmana, na prajaya, na tyage, na eki, amritattvaman. That Shruti is there very, very clear. Yet there are these people who are saying, no, the karma jnana, samuchaya is there. And all. How is that possible, sir? That moksha, when you are admitting, is through karma. At the same time, the other side of the coin is that it will become kshanikam. It will become temporary. Got it? Well, he says, Kincha mokshasya janyatve anityatvam api syat. So now you, Purvapaksha is also smart. He says, now you are saying that if you admit that moksha takes place, look at that. What is he saying? If moksha takes place, which means it wasn't there before, it has arrived now. So that which was not there before and has arrived now in a later moment, you call that as birth or not? You call that as janma. So that which is janma means it is janyam. It is janyam, generated, born. So that which is janyatve anityatvam api syat. It will also become anityam. Why? Because it is janya, born. So even that argument that you are putting forth, that moksha which is born from karma is anityam, the same dosha, same defect you will also have. Let your moksha not be born from karma, but the very fact that it is born means that it will be
Anityam.
anityam. Got it? Are you getting that point, all of you?
Yeah. Yes, Swamiji.
Are you enjoying or not? I don't.
Yeah, it's very good.
Enjoy it. Anityatvam api syat. And therefore, na punaravartate iti muktehe nityatva pratipadaka shrutehe akhandam anandam arupam adbhutam iti shruteshcha virodha syat. Oh, no. Okay, no. Actually, this is Siddhanti only saying. I'm taking it in Purvapaksha. And this argument, we will bring it into the mouth of Purvapaksha later on, but presently just understand. I will clarify it even at this today only. Okay. Now this is actually the Siddhanti only saying that if you can, I will come back to the point that I made before, and then we will go ahead. So if you say that moksha is born, and what is the cause? Karma. If you consider karma as the cause of moksha, which means, in other words, you are admitting that moksha is something that is born, generated. That what is generated is vinashi, anityam. That which is generated is vinashi. And if you consider that oh well, let moksha be moksha be vinashi. What is wrong? Let that moksha be temporary. Let that freedom from dukkham be temporary. If this is how you are going to argue, then let us tell you that we have Shruti, which says that moksha is permanent. We will tell you that moksha is permanent. Where did you find it? Chandogya Shruti. Na punara vartate. न च पुनरावर्तते इति मुक्तेः नित्यत्व प्रतिपादक श्रुतेः अखंडमानंदम अरूपमद्भुतम इति श्रुतेश्च विरोधः स्यात्. So now these shrutis, how it is going into virodha of the second shruti, I don't know what the author had in the mind. But in the Chandogya Shruti, na punaravartate, etc., those shrutis will be contradicted. And why are you not able to accept the contradiction of the Shruti? Why? Because it is given by a prophet.
No, it is the fundamental pramanam.
Meaning what?
No, I said it is Shruti pramanam. So
Shruti pramanam means what, sir? That pramanam means that just because it is the authority of the Shruti, like some prophet has given, that's why our Vedas are saying, and that's why we better accept it. Is that the line of argument when we are saying it is the pramana will be contradicted? No, the thing is, something what is established by pramana means through the appropriate means of knowledge. Now that thing cannot be denied. Understand this? I don't know. Are you able to see this little pouch in my hand? Okay, this pouch is doing namaskar to you. But this pouch is what color?
Red color.
Red.
Now you are saying it is red color. Now Chaturmukh Brahma comes and tells you, no, this is green color. What will you tell?
No.
Brahmaji, namaskar. Please go. We call it red only. In this Martyalok, we call it red only. In Brahmalok, you may have a different dictionary, but in our dictionary, we call this color only as red. Correct? This is what you will say. So why are you denying an authority of anyone, whether it is some prophet or anything? Because established through pramana. What is the pramana for your colors and forms?
Eyes.
Chakshundriya.
Chakshurindriya is the pramana. So that what is established through the Chakshurindriya, can that be contradicted now? In case if the Chakshu is defective, yes, it is possible. But when the Chakshu is not sadosha, it is nirdosha. Can you contradict it? So also, what is the pramanam when it comes to the moksha purushartha? What is the pramanam?
Shabda Pramanam. Kruti.
प्रमाण
Veda, Shruti is the Pramanam, not
Shruti.
just Shabda. Shabda could be anybody.
Hmm.
Kapil Kanada and all these people also can come into that. But we have Shruti only. Okay? And therefore, Shruti Virodha Syat will be a very big dosha. Now, though your eyes are establishing this as red color, now this fellow keeps on saying, it is green color, it is blue color, it is golden color. What golden, what blue? Huh? So you can, Shabda is contradicting this. Will it be acceptable? No. Similarly, Shabda Pramanam means the Veda Pramanam is Pramanam when it comes to what is the nature of moksha. How can that be achieved? Brahma, knowing Brahma. So in these areas, only our Veda becomes the Pramanam. And if you are going to contradict that, then it is a dosha. You understand why it is a dosha now? Not just like, oh, how can you say that to the prophet? Huh? Otherwise, we will cut the head. No. It is pramanam and hence it cannot be completed. That's all. Not because you are insulting Shruti or anything. Yeah. It's childish things, not a prestige issue. It's a factual issue. Muktehe nityatva pratipadaka shrutehe. Shrutesh virodha syad. Virodha will take place. And that's why your argument that that dukkham is swabhavikam and that by swabhavikam we can mitigate it through karma upasana, like the Agni, the Aushnyam of Agni can be withheld through the Manimantra, Aushadhi, etc., like that. Even if it can be withheld only for some time and it is not permanent. Let it not be permanent. We will keep chanting till the fire gets doused. He says that, sir, it is not the question of that it is like that. We are talking about that it is impermanent and it is temporary, which means that moksha is also temporary. Let moksha be temporary, but he says moksha cannot be called as temporary because what will happen? Shruti Virodha will take place. Got it? Up to this point we have come. Atmano dukkha. Oh, okay. Let me go back to what I had said. Put this argument in the mouth of Purva. That, sir, we said that moksha is karma janyam. What did we say? This is out of the syllabus, okay? It is not there now. Maybe there later, but then because I said that putting it in the mouth of the Purva Paksha, the Purva Paksha said that the moksha is karma janyam. Forget what janyam it is. It is janyam. You also are saying that moksha takes place through knowledge. We are saying it takes place through karma. So both of us are on an agreement that it is janyam. Correct? Then if you also are agreeing on this idea that it is janyam, then by janyatve it will be vinashi also. And the same argument can go against you because you are also now doing the Shruti Virod. Got it? So the Siddhanti Shankaracharya says, look here, through knowledge, nothing is born. Through knowledge, nothing is born.
So,
Huh?
like in the dark, we don't see anything. By lighting, we see the objects. Knowledge
So
is like
what
that.
does the knowledge do? Knowledge just illumines what is there. Knowledge does not do anything. Knowledge does not do anything. It does not create anything. So knowledge does not create anything. So when you know I am Ghataha, what Ghata gets created for you or what? Ghata gets created. Nothing. It is there and knowledge simply illumines it. So this is the nature of Atma, and this is knowing the Atma is moksha, which means that the moksha was always there. Knowledge simply illumined it. And its illumination now you are saying is Janyam. So that word Janyam, Jnana Janyam, is only an upachara. Is only a upachara means only a formality. It does not mean any Janyat form. Okay? That's why. But when you say Karma Janyam, it is actually Janyam. And through Jnana Janyam means it is not Janyam. Okay? And therefore that dosha of moksha becoming temporary does not sit on our head. We are free from that dosha. Got it? Atmano dukkha swabhavatve sushuptyavasthayam tushnim bhave yoginam samadhau cha dukkhameva pratiyeta. Now, if you say that the dukkham is swabhavikam, now, till now, what has he done? He has given the Shruti Pramana. Then he helped you with some Nyaya. So, okay, so Anumana Pramana. And now he is giving you a Pratyaksha Pramana. Direct experience. What is your direct experience? If Dukkham was to be Swabhavikam, then this Dukkham cannot be separated from us. Which means that you will remain Dukhi no matter what state you are in. Correct? Does not matter what, irrespective of what state you are in, you will always remain Dukhi. So, now, he said, Atmano Dukkha Swabhavatve Sushupti Avasthayam, in Sushupti, in the state of deep sleep, or in the state of stupor, or in the state of Samadhi, you should be able to experience Dukkham only. Dukkham eva pratiyeta. Okay? Because Atma is there in Sushupti, Tushni Bhava and Samadhi. Tathana drishyate. But this is not what is experienced. So yogi's experience is that of Samadhi. Somebody who is in stupor, some drugs and all that, for that person what? Tushni Bhava. And for normal people, Sushupti Avastha. Okay? So you pick up whatever is the part applicable to you. If you are a yogi sitting in Samadhi, Samadhi. Okay? And obviously the drug addict is not going to listen to us. So it's, it's okay. Then what happened? Tathana drishyate. So in Sushupti, Dukkham is not seen. So a person who is suffering with the pain of cancer also, he is given the medicine to sleep. And he goes to deep sleep. And those 2 hours is what is his relief. If Dukkham was Swabhavikam, he should be able to experience Dukkham even in the state of deep sleep. But that In state of deep sleep, dukkham is not there. And that is the reason why we are saying it is not swabhavikam. Okay? It is not. किंतु त्रयाणामपि व्युत्थानानन्तरम् एतावत् पर्यन्तं सुखमेवम् अहम् आसम् इति सुखमेव स्मर्यते. But all the three people, the one who is waking up from the deep sleep, the one who is coming out of that state of samadhi, or the person who is coming out of that tushni bhava stupa, all these three have a common thing to say, and that is there was no dukkham, sukham evam aham asam. I was sukhi. सुखमेव स्मर्यते तस्मात् आत्मनः सुखमेव स्वाभाविकं दुःखम आगंतुकम इति जानीहि. So now what actually we were just arguing that dukkham is not swabhavikam. Dukkham is not, dukkham is agantukam. This is our main part. But we have discovered one more ratna, and that is Atmanaha Sukhameva Swabhavikam. We have discovered. That Sukham is Swabhavikam to Atma, not Dukkham. And that's why whenever, as long as you're still, you're close to your own being. Dukkham means that you have strayed away from the center. And that's why eccentric, the one who has gone away from the center. The Dukhi means balance gaya. आ जाओ. Stay there close to your own being. Agam. Now underline this. Tasmad atmanaha sukhameva swabhavikam dukkham agantukam iti jani. Thus, my child, know this way. The teacher tells. Okay? Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhadara Sudrabhashritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Mahadev, Mahadev, Mahadev. Thank you all. Thank you very much.